G'day guys, welcome to this series of video tutorials on how to set up an experiment, how to set up a writing document or experimental write-up, and how to format Microsoft Word so it does a lot of your organization for you. That will help give you polish and so you won't forget things for assessment. We'll be covering today looking at being able to create your own styles and being able to create an overall look and feel of your document. So in this particular lesson, what we're going to have a look at is I'm writing an example for a science experiment, but you could do this for any of your assignments that you have for school, because you can create your own writing styles. Normally, when you're creating writing styles, people are normally used to headings being heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and also things like normal text and paragraphs. One thing you can do is that you can create your own writing style, and sometimes this is good for personalization and for your own layout. My suggestion is that first of all, you take your assignment, you take your exemplars from the QCAA or other examples that the teacher has given you, and you first of all write all the headings to your assignment. So in a Year 11 and 12 science experimental report, these would be the headings that I would expect to see in that report. Now, not all of these headings are going to be heading 1, some are going to be subheadings and so forth. If you want to be able to do this, while it's not mandatory, if you want to be able to create your own style, you can certainly do so. Obviously making sure that the style is appropriate to the context and the readers who are watching your document, reading your document. In order to create your own style, you come up here to Styles and you click this little drop-down button here, and you can go to Create a Style. When you create a style, you can actually see I've actually created one there myself. And so what is going to be the new name? This might be a heading 1, so I'll use heading 1. And then I click Modify. So what I can do is I can say, well, the style is based on, and you can choose heading 1. And so this is how you would do any other heading, so if you wanted to create any other style that you can. So now, how do I want my heading 1 to look? And that's what all of these buttons are. You can have it indented or whatever. I like having a maroon font myself, and I can make sure that it is bold so my heading 1s really stick out. I do like having my heading 1 slightly larger, so heading 2 might be size 18, heading 3 might be size 14, and so forth. And then when you come down here, you can make them either centered or however you want your heading to look like. This includes how much space you might want underneath your heading, and whether you want any space between paragraphs. So once you're actually happy with how it looks like, then down here in the menu, you can say automatically update, and you can also, if you say only in this document, this style will only apply to this document. Because I want to be able to use this style in my future writings that I use, I can say new documents are based on this template, and this will then automatically update in Word for you when you shut Word down and it then opens it back up again. Okay. And so again, I can say, is this a table or a list or whatever? So when I press OK, that new heading will now appear up in my heading sections. And so if I can now create a heading 2 tag, I can create a style, and I'll call it a heading 2. Modify. This is going to be based on the heading 2 tag, and I'm going to make that tag a size, say 16, and I will make that also maroon and make that bold as well. Automatically update, apply new documents based on this template, and press OK. And now again, if I want to create a new heading, I can go to here, create a style, heading 3, modify, and then choose heading 3 that I want to base it upon. Again, you don't have to change too many things, but it's up to you what you want to change. You can use other fonts as well. And then I'm going to make that heading 12, but make it bold. Automatically update new documents based on this template. So when I press OK, I now have my headings. I can change that back to normal for a sec. And so I've got my, I might create a title page, and so that will be a heading 1. Oops, correction, I will choose heading 1, and my rationale will be a heading 1, and my research question will be a heading 1, and my method will be a heading 1, but my original experiment will be a heading 2, and so forth. My modifications will be a heading 2, but then we're back to heading 1, and I can just continue going down, and sample calculations are heading 2 under my data. Graph table 1 will be a heading 2, but my interpretation will be a heading 3 as part of that graph, and so heading 2, interpretation heading 3, and so forth. And so that my valuation will be back to a heading 1, uncertainty and limitations is a subheading, and then all of these will be heading 3s underneath that heading. And so very quickly I've been able to then go and create my original headings for my assignment. Now, why even do this? Why not just type them in? Because this tutorial is about enhancing your presentation. I'm going to show you a couple of things. So the first one I want to be able to show you is if you go to the design layout, and you can actually go to the normal layout button here, and I'm going to go to margins. Now this is me, but I prefer having 1.27 margins. I like giving myself maximum space on the page. Then what I'm going to do is go to design, I'm going to go to page borders, I'm going to go to 3D, I'm going to come down here to one of my more favored page borders, and I can even change, say, the color of that to my same theme and press OK. And so now I've got this theme going on. The reason we actually create a title page is we want to be able to create actually, we'll leave it there. I'll stop that video, and then in the next video I'll show you from there how to create an automatic table of contents.